What's up guys, it is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and it is time for a Naruto discussion video. And some really cool stuff has been going on in the Naruto manga chapters lately. First and foremost, the war is at the height. We've got all this crazy stuff going on with the Ten Tails. We've had Edo Tensei, Madara, and Obito teaming up. And now just recently we've had some really cool events with Sasuke and Orochimaru, and they've just revived all of the old Kages, including the first Hokage, and everybody's been talking about it. And we all know it's going to happen eventually because it's just going to be earth-shatteringly awesome. But this is my predictions for the epic battle between Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha. So first and foremost, these guys have battled in the past. They've been building it up for a very, very long time. And little by little, we have been getting flashbacks to see the abilities of these guys. Now, first, let's just talk about their abilities first and foremost. Let's talk about Hashirama Senju, the very first Hokage. Now, he's always been said to be like the god of shinobi next to like the Sage of the Six Paths. He's the one who's the master of the wood release, which is very easy to make fun of its name. But because of this, he's able to pretty much do anything with this technique that we've seen so far in the series. It started out kind of small, first just summoning trees and branches from the earth and using those to uproot everything, and then slowly it started to evolve. Next we saw him manipulating it and turning it into these giant dragons, and now all of a sudden in the manga chapter, he's able to combine his wood release technique with sage abilities, which is something we've never actually seen before. And the first is able to use the sage abilities in a way that we've never actually seen before. All the other characters, it's been associated with some sort of animal trait, but he's using it in nature form, and he's combining that with the wood release, and he's literally summoning this giant Buddha statue with like 1,000 arms on its back, which is towering over mountains, by the way, and it's bigger than even the tailed beasts. And we really haven't even seen what this technique can really fully do yet, but damn, it's probably amazing at this point. He's also incredibly powerful, and the fact that he's able to use sage abilities must mean he's able to control his chakra, and he probably has an insanely large amount of it. Really, it's that sage mode that's going to give Hashirama the edge in this battle, because Madara doesn't have that, but Madara does have his own set of abilities, some of which are plain just ridiculous, and the fact that they're both immortal zombies make things even crazier. But first, let's take a look at what Madara can do. First, he's got the Sharingan Eye, so he's got all of the default abilities of that, but he also has his own special abilities. He's got his Super Mangekyo Sharingan, his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, but really what stems from those are his Susanoo abilities, and we've seen a lot of the other Uchiha characters in the series use it, Itachi and Sasuke, but Madara really uses it to a very scary degree, and that's because he can create clones of his Susanoo, and they're all really, really powerful, and it even has a bigger final form, which is huge as shit, and he's able to use this to like cut down mountains and everything. That's how big it is. And it's probably the most flashiest Susanoo that we've seen in the series. I also just want to mention, I love the design of his Susanoo. It's kind of got that like sort of Tengu samurai look. It's really awesome. Seeing as how he has Mangekyo Sharingan, he could probably use Amaterasu and a few other abilities. But Madara has more than the Uchiha abilities. He doesn't have the Sage modes like the first Hokage, but because he has integrated the first cells into his body, he's able to use a lot of these abilities to a very scary degree. His Rinnegan also grants him the abilities of the Sage of the Six Paths, such as absorbing techniques, pushing and pull them away, and he can use those in an even scarier manner. We've seen in the series that he's able to literally summon meteors from the sky, and not just one. Hell, he'll bring one down and one bigger one right behind it just to slam on top of it. So he's a really scary, powerful character, and the fact that he pretty much has complete control over what's going on with him right now makes him even scarier. And it's crazy because he wants the Ten Tails, and it's like, God, man, don't you think you have enough powers already? Do you really need the Ten Tails that much? But still, this battle, I really can't see how it's going to work. You know, they both have some sort of little distinct, thing against the other. The first has got his Sage abilities, and, we've seen them used quite a bit in the series so far from Naruto and Kabuto. But maybe the first can use it on an entirely new degree that we haven't seen before, and they definitely need to elaborate on the fact that why his is not animal-related, because they haven't really explained that fully yet. But still, Madara, he has a ton of really scary powers. Like, when he was fighting against the Kages, he was able to use his Susanoo ability, and he was able to summon, like, a ton of different Susanoos. So, I can't imagine why he wouldn't do that while fighting against the first Hokage. And, I'm not even going to factor in the fact that he can use his Susanoo in a lot of really creative ways. Like, we just saw in a recent chapter, he was able to wrap his Susanoo around Kurama and use it like this big giant samurai armor, which is just so awesome looking. But I'm not really going to factor in that Kurama's going to play a big part in this battle. But then again, he does have control of the Ten Tails, so can you just imagine him putting Susanoo around the Ten Tails? That's kind of what I see happening in this battle. And can you just imagine it? They're both going to meet each other on the battlefield. You're going to have the giant Buddha statue with 1,000 arms fighting against the 10 tails with the Susanoo wrapped around it. Maybe that's what it's going to lead up to. I just think it's insane. The whole world is going to explode from this battle. This is a shonen manga series, so I can definitely see the first Hokage coming out on top. I mean, they got to be able to defeat the bad guys in this one. Or maybe there's going to be some other twist, which might be pretty clever on Kishimoto's part. All I know is it's going to be really, really fun when it happens. You guys know that I'm excited about it, and you've sort of heard my predictions about what may happen. But what about you guys? Do you think there's going to be this really epic battle between the two Edo versions of Madara and the very first Hokage? And I'd love to hear about your guys' predictions. You can let me know in your comments below. Remember, guys, as always, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps these videos out a lot. That concludes this discussion today, guys. SuperKamiGuru9000. Out.